kill him! I'll kill him! I'll kill him! I'll kill him! You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Angry Men, released in 1957 and is directed by Sidney Lumet, who's also directed such films like Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, Network, and The Verdict. And this film has an amazing cast of actors whose characters we never find out the names to. They only go by juror numbers, which is brilliant. But it is starring Martin Balsam, John Fielder, Lee J. Cobb, E.G. Marshall, Jack Klugman, Edward Binns, Jack Warden, Henry Fonda, Joseph Sweeney, Ed Begley, George Voskovec, and Robert Webber. And this is episode 97 of Caleb Watches Movies. We are 3 episodes away from episode 100. How amazing is that? We've done 97 movie reviews. How? How have we gotten here? But I am so pleased to be talking about my favorite classic film today, and that, of course, is 12 Angry Men. A classic film, in my definition, is anything that was released before 1960. And it's gotta be black and white, too, because, I mean, when you think classic, you gotta think black and white. And this film, from the first time that I saw it, has definitely stuck with me. It's easily within my top 15 films of all time. Would I put it in my top 10? I don't think I would. Maybe I would. I gotta re-examine that. But this time viewing it, I did watch it with my wife, and she flat out said, this is my favorite movie of all time. Which you would think, she's 31 years old, and yet this movie that came out in 1957 is her favorite film ever. And I asked her, why is that? And she said it's simple. The conflicts, the prejudices that happen in this movie are still happening today. Whether it's in the courtroom, whether it's in the jury room, or whether it's outside in the real world. We still face prejudice everywhere. And each juror in this movie represent some kind of mindset in today's society. Society back then and today. And I love her for her progressive thinking like that. Now, I think the most beautiful thing about this movie is that it's pure dialogue. It is one setting and it's all talking. So it's all plot and all characters, which is something that I look for in all of my movies. 12 Angry Men is just that. It is about 12 angry jurors sitting around a table deciding the fate of this poor 19-year-old kid. At first, the majority of the jurors think that he is guilty. But one man, juror number 8, Henry Fonda, thinks that there is some reasonable doubt and wants to sit down and talk about why he feels that way. Hopefully convincing the other jurors that sentencing a man to death shouldn't be done so quickly. And that's the exceptional thing about this movie. It starts off 11-1. 11 jurors think that this kid is guilty, while one man, not thinking that he's not guilty, but just wants to sit down and discuss it. 11 people so quickly deciding, yep, he's guilty, give him the chair. But life should not be made of such easy, quick decisions like that. In this country, you are given the duty at one point to sit down and decide the fate of a court case. And that's any court case. It might be a small claims court, or it could be a murder charge like this. And you see some characters in here going like, oh, thank God we got a murder. That was fun. It was exciting. No, murder cases aren't exciting. They're not fun. It's a very serious thing. And for 11 people to go, he's guilty, give him the chair so quickly, it kind of hurts my heart a little bit. Because you know there are several people in this country who wouldn't bat an eye with making a decision that quickly. But I bet they would want someone like Henry Fonda in the courtroom if their situations were reversed. These characters really aren't characters at all. They're representations of certain mindsets in this country. We have the natural-born leader in juror number 1. Juror number 11 represents the immigrant community. Juror number 10 represents ignorance and the racist mindset of some people in this country. And then you have juror number 8, who is the noble one looking to seek out justice. And then there's people like juror number 7 who just sit back and doesn't give a shit about any of it. He just wants to call it, get it over with, so that he can go to his baseball game later that evening. It just represents society so wonderfully. There are people in this country who seek out justice. There are people in this country who are racist and bigots and promote intolerance. And there are people like juror number 7 who just don't care and want to go about their daily lives checking out whatever cat or dog video that they find out on Facebook or Twitter. And slowly throughout this story, juror number 8 somehow starts to convince other people that there is a reasonable doubt here. The evidence that was presented in this case is not 100% fact. And there are some jurors that says, well, this isn't an exact science. But shouldn't it be an exact science when we're deciding the life of someone here? Ugh. God, I love this movie. It's quickly rising up the list of my favorite movies as I talk about it. But really what this movie strives for is for you to look at your own self-image and to take a self-reflection of yourself and your values and your beliefs. And you do that through looking at these 12 angry men and seeing all of their viewpoints on things. That's the basic idea of growing old and living your life. You absorb content, you absorb ideas, you absorb information, and then when you mature, you just start to develop your own personality and your own viewpoint on things. Regardless of what loved ones or what your teachers taught you growing up, you believe what you want to believe, and as long as you can back it up and you're not hurting anyone, good for you. But if your values, if your viewpoints are putting someone in danger or putting someone in harm, I would recommend re-looking at yourself. And it's not making a comparison saying like, oh, yep, I'm fully juror number 8 or I'm fully juror number 10. In a lot of cases, you can kind of look at your values and your personality as a mixture of a lot of these jurors. But this is a brilliant picture. If you have never seen this film, or if you've never seen the stage production of 12 Angry Men, you are doing yourself a disservice. The dialogue in here is breathtaking. It is perfect. The way that it plants little seeds early on and then recalls them later on down the road. And how words are twisted and manipulated to make you kind of think the other way, or at least take a different viewpoint on something. I love this movie. Again, this is a wonderful movie. Everyone needs to see this at least once in their lives. I'm gonna give 12 Angry Men 5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
All right, let's get
That is one of the easiest 5 out of 5 Blu-rays I've ever given. Alright everyone, so we are moving right along on our journey to episode 100 and beyond, and next time we're going to be talking about a movie that has my favorite soundtrack. Or at least my favorite use of a soundtrack. Now when I think soundtrack, I don't think like orchestral score. No, I'm talking about songs that have already been created or have been created specifically for this movie that are being played while the film's going on. With me, this was a toss-up. Very, very difficult for me. If we were going off of favorite score, this movie would definitely not have been picked. But I just watched it for the first time the other day, and I was thinking, this is the best usage of a soundtrack I've ever seen in the film. Relatively newer, too, so you probably have an idea of what it is. So everyone, have you seen 12 Angry Men? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time with a movie that contains my favorite soundtrack. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.